Yeah, we are God. Our perception makes our reality. And if we perceive negative things, if we wear a mask that's negative, then that's how we will live. That's how we will act, and those are the choices we will make.
Amen.
You know?
Absolutely.
And if we, thank you, brother.
That's a good sign, right? Because everything you create is a part of you as an artist. It should be.
And if you wear a mask, you know, if you think your God is like someone that would take advantage of somebody, then that's your trip. My God wouldn't even need to worry about somebody else. Just me and my life and how I perceive things and what I put out into the world. Everybody wears a different mask.
That was one of the things that really drew me to this, was the fact that everyone got the same mask and everyone did something completely different. And
it's really kind of a responsibility. And that's what comic books comes into play, because all those themes are explored in comic books, you know? And we come from that world, and quite frankly, it was another reason why we did the comic books. It was kind of a big old fuck you to the industry too. Those characters don't belong to you, they belong to the artists that did it. You non-sharing motherfuckers.
You know, there's no one main company here. There's Marvel, there's DC, there's Dark Horse, there's a lot of different characters here from different companies.
But spinning it and making it about empowering people instead of making it about oppressing people, which is the irony of superheroes. You have a whole industry of cats that are telling stories about superheroes, yet they're all letting themselves be oppressed by these dudes that are like making billions off them.
You're not your job. You're not your financial situation.
So and you see it in animation, you see it in most artistic fields. And I believe that the artists can turn things around, because our stories really tell the truth.
As what Tyler Durden said it, you're not your khakis.
You know, fiction, the writers of fiction are really the distributors of facts.
We look for it. We look for God. We look for answers. Why am I here? What's the point of all this?
And the distributors of facts are writers of fiction.
You're not a human searching for a spiritual experience, that in fact you're a spirit searching for a human experience.
Artists have the power to really plant things into people's heads and change their minds about stuff.
That's one of the things that I loved about this gallery. I was talking to John, I was talking to Snakebite, I was talking to Josh, Digger, all amazing minds, brilliant, brilliant minds.
You know, Petra Gallery and the Salon is not only a place to showcase your work. Our artwork is around story and character, because that's the world that I come from. But I also come from fashion. I also come from visual development. I also come from jewelry design and website development, video games, comic books, animation. You know, so I'm hybriding this vision of facilitating story using commerce and building communities.
That's one of the things that makes us so unique.
And there's lots of galleries that facilitate all kinds of different artwork, all kinds of different styles, and I love them all. And I just feel like there's a place for what we do behind the scenes where people don't see what we do.
The power and potential that lies with all of us as a community is equal to the power and potential that lies with all of us as individuals.
I mean, think of let's just go to like the basic, comic book artists, right? In the visual art world, comic book artists. What is a comic book artist?
Everyone has their own strength, everyone has their own attributes, their own creativity. That's a tribe.
This dude has to make a scene, set up a scene. He's got to make the scenery. He has to design the scenery.
The world is your tribe, and we're all royalty.
He has to design the clothing on the characters. He's got to design the style of the artwork.
It's all there. It's within your own eyes.
So he's filling 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I work in production. There's cats that fill every one of those positions, and here's a comic book artist, he has to do it. So to me, that's like you're creating fine art. You're creating in a world so that you can pull people in, because that's what art is, pulling people in, right?
Omnipresence, the ability to be everywhere all at the same.
Not pushing. That's commercial. Pushing. Art. Pulling. You know?
Leave out everybody behind going, what? So I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't do that. I didn't think that things would come out like this. This is just a fucking dream. Living the dream, right? So the future this is it. I re-up for 2 more years on this shit, so it's going. It's going strong. And I feel like something's going to happen too. Something just, well, you know what I mean, like some boom. But we're right there.
Already in the middle of it.
It's already happening.
It already is happening.
Oh, God, the events are so cool. It's just so much fun. A lot of work. A lot of work. The last show was a lot of work. Right up to the time we opened the doors, we were still hanging masks up. I know. Can you help us out? Put these stickers on the wall. Sure, whatever you need. Who are you? I don't know. Just do it.
Participation is key.
Yes, well, that's the draw bitch shit. Is everybody just comes in, people that never haven't drawn in years. All of a sudden, they're over there doing that little character they used to do in high school. You know,
What's
on every huh?
What's draw bitch?
What's draw bitch? It's paper on the walls, artist drawing, strap pins to your hands, and just draw, bitch. But in the midst of all that, all these people that don't do that really, are like, you remember those little characters? Like, oh, it's like something they put on their book on the wall. It's the same thing all the time. You can tell in the bathroom over there, on the walls. Old people, young people, big people, little people, stupid people, smart people. People sitting on the floor going, I remember this. I do this all the time. It's phenomenal. What's that called? When the collaboration?
Well, everything jumps out at me. I like some more than others. I'm not going to lie. They're all brilliant, but some of them are outstanding in a different way.
In every aspect of expression, that's what I wanted. I couldn't see life without it. I couldn't really understand what passion was without understanding art.
Advice to struggling artists. Wow, I haven't done this one in a while. I used to do it all the time. Advice to struggling artists. Yeah, just don't listen. Just if you have a dream, just follow it. Don't listen to anybody else's bullshit. There's always going to be somebody that doesn't want you to make it, that wants to drag you down, that doesn't believe in you. It's just the way it is.
You can't stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah! The new tribe, the Rainbow Tribe. I love it. Light workers. There's so much strength and beauty in everyone. In everyone. How would the world be different if everyone knew that you're genetic royalty? Would you look at the same homeless person the same way if you knew that, hey, they're royalty just like you? If you really shed your dependence on money, because natives, we don't have money. There's no real money system. It's a talisman. That's the thing that we understand, that it only has the power that you give it. And yet look what it allows you to do. You'll do anything to get it, many people. You'll spend your whole life trying to acquire it. And at the end of the day, it only has the value that you gave it. It's only worth what you're willing to trade for it. And especially when it comes to things, someone put it to me very distinctly one time that kind of, it set with me. They said, because I was teaching at the time, they said, well, how much do you make an hour? And I told them how much I made an hour. And they said, that's pretty good. I said, yeah, I do all right. And they said, well, consider this. Someone just put a price on an hour worth of your life. Someone just took all of your physical energy that you put into that hour's worth of exchanging energy and ideas, and they put it into paper currency. That itself right there is a talisman, because you just gave it power. Other than that, with our ways, you better each other. You have something I need, I have something you need, let's help each other. Boom, trade, barter, done.
The arts are the hardest thing in the world to make money at. I think writing is probably harder than the visual arts, honestly, because it's harder to get people to read than it is to get them to see. You can run up to somebody in a parking lot, punch them in the face, knock them on the ground, and show them your work, and they have no choice but to look at it if they have eyes, right? But as a writer, it's harder. You could take that same person, punch them in the face, knock them down on the ground, show them your writing, and you're still not sure if they're actually reading it.
It's actually the love of money is the root of all evil, that man, whether you love God or love money, or it's easier to pass a camel through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. If we take that out of the equation and people were just family, royalty, how much better would this world be? And that's what I got a glimpse of the night of the gallery. There was no class, there was nothing like that. It was just people exchanging ideas, energies, beliefs, and that to me, that's the world that I want to live in. That's the tribe right there. That's what I was looking for. And I believe it's going to expand because the universe wants this. This is what's happening.
Just everybody we've met through each show. In that last show, we went, from 100 people to, 300 people the last show? Double show?
It was almost 350.
Yeah, it got to be. Because at one point, this playroom was crowded, that room was crowded, the back was crowded, and the back was crowded, and the front was crowded. And people looking in the windows going, what's going on in there? You know, driving by going, what was that? And they stopped and they came in. And there was a bunch of people who was like, I don't know, I just drove by and saw what's happening. I'd stop. If I was driving by, I'd be, let's go over there. Let's try that out.